What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fireflies Forever. And we're we're gonna chat about a good bit this evening. But first I've gotta bring Chris on screen. Chris, how are you this week, man?
Doing pretty good.
Good,
Pretty
good.
excited.
Yeah, you got a big week coming up.
WWE has taken over this city this week. You can't go anywhere right now without seeing something related to WWE. I love it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And you got the meet and greet coming up
Yep, on Friday at noon.
Friday at noon. So next week, Chris, we
Next
expect
week,
to see
I'll
some
be sharing a picture of myself and Logan with the Wyatt Sicks for y'all.
That's
I
that's what I
can't
was
wait.
just about to say. We would hope to see some pictures next week.
Yep, for sure.
Um, at least one. But yeah, so yeah, man, good to be with you again this week. We had a great discussion last week,
Oh yeah.
and feel like this week will be pretty good too. But yeah, let's get right into it,
Mm.
Chris. As we do every week, folks. Well, first off, how rude of me. Thank all of you for joining us this week. We greatly appreciate it. I know I'm going to forget about this later. So if you don't mind, folks, drop a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We are glad that you're with us. Consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when we have future content, and we will be back on this channel on Thursday for our TNA watch along. Should be another good week for TNA. So
Mhm.
let's let's go into memories, Chris. I know you sent me over a video. Um, I'll have you set this up, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Yeah, so it's an exciting week in Indianapolis this week, but it's also hard. I'm definitely been thinking about Jodie a lot this week and wishing that she could be here to go to SmackDown and Royal Rumble with me. But since in light of that, I figured I'd throw back to the time that me and her first went to SmackDown a few years ago, and we got a dark match after the show of Miz versus Cesaro, and then the Fiend showed up and attacked Cesaro afterwards. And it was awesome. We actually got to see a Fiend attack in person.
That's awesome, man. So awesome. All right, well, here we go. We'll talk about it on the other side. That was awesome.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
very cool to get to see that in person.
Yeah, yeah, man. And listen, I know it's not the same, but she will definitely be with you there in spirit.
Oh yeah,
Um, if you feel something on your shoulder or something, might
yeah, for
be,
sure.
yeah,
I am excited though. I'm taking Logan with me to SmackDown. It's going to be his first ever WWE live event. So, and he's coming with me to meet the Wyatt Sicks
that's
earlier that day. So that's going to be awesome. Then I got another buddy that's going with me to the Royal Rumble on Saturday.
that's awesome, man. I'm sure Logan is going to absolutely love it,
Oh yeah.
and I'm sure Saturday you're going to be, man.
Oh,
This rumble is looking like it's going to be
oh, I know.
amazing.
I can't wait. The energy is going to be insane. They've sold over 60,000 tickets for Rumble. It's going to be the biggest Rumble ever.
60,000.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. Packing out Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh wow, 60,000. Man, well, that's tough to follow. But we're gonna go
I'll have a
to
lot of good pictures and videos to share next week from that.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the moment where we just hear say his name and he appears.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I,
And there's the little spoiler for everybody. There's something going on Friday and Saturday here in town called WrestleCon,
mhm.
and there's going to be a bunch of meet and greets with like non-WWE people. Like Sting is going to be there, the Dudleys, Lex Luger, Ted DiBiase, a bunch of people like that. They added on Joe Hendry on it, so he is going to be in town on the day of the Rumble. So just saying, he will be in Indianapolis for sure.
Things that make you go,
Mm-hmm.
John said that you might be a surprise entry in the Rumble.
I would love that. I'll hop in there.
All right, now let me ask you this: if you had a choice and you could pick who eliminated you from the Rumble, I mean, of course, we want to say you're going to win the whole thing, but let's say
Yeah.
you have to get eliminated.
That's a good
Who
question. Who would I
who's
want to
eliminating you?
eliminate me?
Same question to everybody in the chat too.
Probably Drew McIntyre. Like Drew has been I've loved some of the stuff he's done. He's doing, some great heel work and stuff, and I wouldn't mind being eliminated by Drew McIntyre. He's a big dude. It's props to him for that.
Yeah, man. I want to hear what people say in the chat.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
an
good one.
interesting question. I never thought about that one before. I like that.
Yeah, if you were in the Rumble, who would you want to eliminate you? Deanna saying R-Truth. It would be fun.
But first, you'd have
Yeah,
to tag you in.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, you'd have to tag you in first. Um, so I'm gonna go with LA Knight.
That's a good one too.
Um, because I just feel like the crowd would say yeah, and
Yep.
I would be laying on the floor and covering my mouth saying yeah too. So that would be a cool moment. John saying one of the Wyatts for him. Penta for clown. John Cena says John G. So how fitting is that? Jesse saying since I would be in the women's rumble, I guess I would go with Liv. Okay. Deanna said, well, I could have went obvious answer and said Roman, but I didn't. Okay. Hey, you can pull a Nia Jax. You can enter the men's
There you go.
rumble.
And men's.
Yeah, have Roman eliminate you. I'm going to refrain from further comment and just leave it at that. But so yeah, that was a fun little question. That I was thinking about that earlier today. Like if I were ever in the Rumble, who would eliminate me? Like if I didn't win the whole darn thing, who would?
Yeah.
I was like, I if I had to pick someone new, it's LA Knight. If I had to pick someone old school, I would go Ricky Steamboat because Steamboat is my favorite of all time. So,
Yeah.
Jeremy saying RKO
Well, that's a good one.
is a good one. Deanna saying three faces of me, Jake. Jesse saying if I was going to go with Dudes Rumble, I got to pick one of the Wyatt Sicks. If any were going to be in there, backup would be Otis. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, that would be good too, having Uncle Howdy or yeah. I'd maybe say Uncle Howdy. Would would be my pick out of the Wyatts to eliminate me. I mean, unless Nikki somehow gets in there, and then I'm just going to eliminate myself because I'm going to
Yeah.
Um, I'm just gonna run the other way. So whatever gets me out of the way, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna go through some artwork. I will admit, we only have one piece of art, but John Bennett came through in the clutch for me. He got the WWE Slam game, and he got some cards on there that I think we should take a look at. So
Mhm.
um, here we go. Here's my disclaimer. I'm not even gonna read it this week. I'm not even gonna read it. You you
You
know
all know
the
what to do.
you know what to do. All right, so here's the art. Shout out Eric Rousseau, and he has the Twitter, I think, handle of the artist there. Instagram, sorry, but that's a really cool one.
That's awesome. That the new Fiend costume and lantern that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of that's really cool. All the detail in the background too.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
It's like he
All
has
right,
flames coming off of him.
yeah, yeah. It's like that's so awesome. It's like he's walking through a portal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
Let's see. Jesse saying one day I'll have finished art to show y'all. Listen, as soon as you do, hit me up, Jesse. I'm
Yeah, we want
serious.
to see it.
We want to see it. Definitely want to see it. All right, so here are the cards from WWE Slam that John graciously sent over. So this is the first one. We're going to talk about this young lady in a little bit, um, but Miss Bliss here. I think that's pretty cool. I guess it's kind of like Marvel Snap in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, during Raw last night, I saw them talking about is this the new Tops thing or something that they were talking about?
I think it's a mobile game.
Yeah, I went and downloaded it, and I was trying to get it to work trying to make an account and do it because it looked pretty cool. They were talking about it on Raw last night, but I could. It was having an error. Maybe too many people were trying to get on it, or I'll have to try it again later. But it looked pretty neat.
Yeah, it really does look neat, man.
Yeah, I
This
like
was
that
pretty
Gacy.
dope.
That's cool.
Yeah, this was awesome. I think this might be my favorite
Oh yeah, I love
out of the group.
it. Old school Eric Rowan.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool of Howdy.
Yeah, I like that with all the smoke.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, folks. I didn't give the whole speech, but send us your art, please, and send us art that you see, please and thank you. All right, so Chris, Anthony brings up a an important question. We got the reveal of the WWE 2K25 cover, and we found out some of the different packs and versions of the game, and obviously want to talk about the Wyatt Sicks in the game. What did you think about this, and what do you think of the realism with this thing,
Oh,
man?
I think they got me to already to pre-order this game because of showing that you get the Wyatt pack for pre-ordering it. So yeah, I'm
Mhm.
definitely gonna be pre-ordering this game and buying it. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I played a little bit of last year's and thought it was good.
Mhm.
I didn't go delve into it a ton, but I probably will this year. It looks amazing from what I've seen of it so far. It looks like a big improvement over last year's with the graphics and the realism and everything. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to check it out.
Yeah, yeah, this is gonna be really awesome. I can't wait to check it out. Like I'm definitely pre-ordering so I can get this too.
Hmm.
My son will be thrilled. Um, he'll be
Yeah,
very happy
there's
about it.
all
And
kinds of awesome matches I can already think of. Doing with
yeah,
this with them on there.
yeah, oh yeah. We're gonna get to Howdy. I mean to Miss Bliss shortly, Jeremy. So I'm going to come back to your comment here. Jesse saying, now, do you care if it's Wyatt related art or it can be any wrestler art? Jesse, any art that you have. If it's Wyatt related, great. That's wonderful. If it's not, if it's just any wrestler, send it because we want to show it.
Mm-hmm.
That part of the show is really about all of you,
Mm-hmm.
because Jodie always wanted to highlight the art and the creativity and the passion that you all have. So any art, any wrestler, just send it our way. We will gladly showcase it. John saying, "I want this pack for sure."
Yeah.
James said, "I ordered the Bloodline edition this evening."
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the Dead Man edition. That looks pretty awesome.
Now I haven't seen that one.
So
I
yeah,
just
they've
saw.
got the regular one is gonna have Roman on the cover,
Mhm.
and they got a Bloodline edition, and then a Dead Man edition with Taker on the cover. I'm not sure exactly. I think there's gonna be extra stuff. I haven't even seen that yet to see like what the extra stuff is in each edition. I just saw that Dead Man with the Undertaker. I was like, oh, that looks cool.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check them out. The Bloodline edition looks really, really dope. Like I really want to check that one out, but I'll have to check out the Dead Man edition because
Mm-hmm.
man, Undertaker. Yeah, been a fan for years since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Clown saying, the island makes me nervous. Like each year, they're becoming more and more like NBA 2K. And that game is heavy in microtransactions. Yes.
Every game is heavy in microtransactions now, so it's like, what
Yeah.
are you going to do? I mean, it's
Yeah.
almost impossible to get away from any kind of game that doesn't have it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best you can do is just if you're not don't want to do that, you just commit yourself not to spending any money on it or whatever with the microtransaction, just playing the game for what it is and what you get, and
Yeah. And just
mm-hmm.
leaving it basic and not worrying about all the
Yeah.
extras. Yeah. Yeah. Clown saying, got to get the bloodline one. It's the only one you get the season pass with. Um,
And they did
James
a
saying,
really good job last year with all the different DLCs they came out with, adding more wrestlers and
yeah,
stuff. They had some amazing packs for last year, so I'm sure they will again this year.
yep, yep, yeah. Last year's game was really, really good, and all
Mm-hmm.
the DLCs and the different packs. I mean, it was. Yeah, I got the whatever my son just had to have the top one.
Mm-hmm.
So so that's what we got.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't even played it yet. I've been mostly playing Madden, and
Yeah.
that's about it. But yeah, James saying, yeah, the extra stuff is mainly for my faction.
Mm.
Deanna saying that's why they have been giving games away so they can micro transaction on
Yeah.
the
Like
game. Yep,
Fortnite.
yep, yep, absolutely.
Give you the game for free, and then they get all your money from the buying stuff.
Yep, yep. All right, so
Ooh,
Chris, Dead Man version, you get Taker 90 and Elite Mattel Taker. Wow,
nice.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that might be happening.
Yeah, that's awesome. That changes things a little bit. So, Chris, I wanted to start here because we got a report last week that Miss Bliss is not returning right now.
Mm-hmm.
There was no explanation given as to why, nor do I think we necessarily need one. Um, but folks were saying, and I guess this was a part of the report too, that this may have caused a change in the Wyatt Sicks story. Did you
Mm-hmm.
see any of that, and what were your thoughts on
I
that?
did. I have a lot of thoughts about it. So, first off, I don't know what to believe with this story. I've heard so many little things here and there that I'm guessing some of it's true, some of it's not, but what is and what isn't, I don't know if we really know. So what I heard was that she was supposed to debut, like they had her ready to go, come back at the San Diego Raw. I think that's where it was, or San Jose Raw, where Penta debuted. Which
Mm,
right off the bat to me sounds fishy. Why would they have her come back and overshadow Penta's debut?
right.
If that's the case, that just I don't know, that didn't make a lot of sense to me. And then the fact that they said that they were going to have her immediately join up with the Wyatt Sicks, which my goodness, we've talked about that before, and I hope that if that was going to be the plan, I really hope it's not. If it was, I'm glad it didn't happen because I don't want to see that. That just makes zero sense to me. But yeah, and supposedly now I've heard it's a contract thing and stuff. So yeah, I don't know what's going on exactly with all that, but I just hope that they give it some more thought and the way they bring her back if they do end up doing it, and not just throwing her right in with the Wyatt Six, because I just don't feel like that makes any sense. And if that's what's caused this delay in the story, that just makes me even more mad about it. That we're not getting to see them because of all her mess.
Yeah. No, I mean I get that, and I know that there are folks that that feel very very much like you that are
Mhm.
upset.
Yeah.
And I think some of that is because you want the story done well. You want
Yeah.
it done where it makes sense.
Yeah. To me,
And
bringing her right into Wyatt Six ma- just throws a wrench in the entire story that we've been told for the last few years, because she cost Bray his last WrestleMania match. She essentially turned on him. So how can she just walk right in like nothing's wrong and join up with them? Like, if they were gonna have a feud against her or something first, that would be better. I could see that at least, but she can't just go. It makes no sense to join up with them. You're just throwing away years of story at that point to me.
yeah. Yeah, I think with anything, um, I think done well in that universe, and I'm even talking about things with Bray. I think we've learned that you can't you can't rush it.
Hmm.
You got to give it some time to breathe and really build the layers and continue to build upon the story that was already there. And
Hmm.
I agree. I think at some point, yes, she has to be confronted.
Yeah.
But I think now really doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But
Hmm.
um, I mean, who knows? Again, like you said, who knows what the what the actual reasons are?
Yeah.
Jesse saying it was reported that her and WWE came to a stalemate about her next. Cause WWE wanted to keep it all the same, and then because that happened, Wyatt Six story had to change, and they were moved to SmackDown.
To me, what I think makes the most sense, how I would do it if I was booking it, is to have her come back as just, her regular self for a while, just get involved in the women's scene, wrestle some matches and stuff. And then maybe down the road, we have, obviously they're still, seems like in a story with The Miz and maybe Karrion Cross, like wrap that up first, whatever, and down the road maybe Nikki goes after, attacks Alexa out of the blue or something. Like to me it would be so much better to do it that way. That way there's some more of a surprise element to it than just, oh, she comes back and is immediately involved with them.
Yeah. Um, yeah, Deanna's saying here, Bliss doesn't need to be in the Wyatts right now, which people will relax on that.
Yeah.
John just got another Alexa and Howdy card. Awesome stuff. Jesse saying true, but Howdy was trying to recruit her when Bray was still alive. That is true.
Yeah, but I feel like at that point, Howdy was kind of against Bray. I mean, he kept calling him a liar and telling him he wore a mask and all this stuff. So I think that things have changed, obviously, in that regard because
Mm-hmm.
of Bray's passing.
Yeah, yeah. Gabriel saying, thing is though, Carrion has been asking Howdy where's the sixth member.
Yeah, but as we've learned, how Karrion Kross is a big liar. So
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that with something that happened on Friday. Uh, Clay says joining us from Facebook says, "What's up, guys? I'm ready for the Royal Rumble and the Super Bowl. Go Birds!" Good thing Joe isn't on right now. He would not like that
shut.
comment. Jesse saying her next contract, stupid autocorrect. It's all good. We don't take off for grammatical stuff or autocorrect
You knew
or
what you meant.
spelling. We got you. We got you covered. Deanna saying a random interaction with Nikki, then slow build. I
Yeah,
like
I
that.
like that idea way better.
I like that. Yeah, I do like that. Jesse saying I like what C said at one point in one of our group voice chats. He said that Alexa worked with Bray. Her character carries all the secrets of the funhouse that Howdy needs.
I could see that being a cool storyline if they delved into it at some point, talking about her experiences in the Funhouse and stuff. Because yeah, she was on quite a few episodes of Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah. And it is interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. She's definitely going to have to be involved at some point because
Yeah,
of those points that you
yeah,
made,
for sure.
Jesse. Yeah, I mean, because there's so much, there's so many great stories
Hmm.
that can be told and spun from different things the with her ties into the story and into the
Yeah.
universe. So yeah, Gabriel saying, I even said from the beginning, either she comes back to do something that can explain why, because anything can happen, or how it goes full dangerous evolve mode that gets carrying to be a bit concerned. Um, John saying the playground was abandoned too. That is right.
Hmm.
That is right. So, all right. I pulled this picture up because I feel like this is in the future of the person that I'm about to pull on screen here. Um, this guy, he was on SmackDown. Red flag number one.
Hmm.
Um, then he finds out that because of the trade and transfer and whatever else, that he's now on SmackDown. His buddy Karrion Cross told him that the problem was behind him. He didn't say anything about the Miz possibly moving. What kind of friend is that, Chris?
Not a very good one. And Miz also admitted too that he helped get the Wyatts moved to SmackDown. And if we remember what Karrion Cross said when he asked Miz if he knew anything about it, he said, "If I find out that you had something to do with this," I don't remember exactly what he threatened him with, but so now not only has Miz still have the Wyatts after him,
Mm-hmm.
Karrion's going to be really pissed when he finds out that he did have a hand in getting the Wyatts
Yep.
moved. So he's
Yep.
done pissed everybody off now.
Yeah, he's in it. He's in it up to about to his neck.
Yeah.
Um, for sure because he yeah, he's pissed off both sides, and that's not where you want to be
No.
if you're the Miz. So, um, how, I wanted to ask you this: Deanna saying Miz is in trouble. Um, Clown saying, I'm predicting Miz is going to be in the Rumble and will eliminate himself when the Wyatts music
Ooh, that would be
hits.
cool. They come for him in the Rumble.
Yeah, why not, man? Deanna saying, everyone thinks Cross is a liar, but I think he's speaking truths in some ways. I think that's a
In some ways, I mean, like we're seeing him do with Sami Zayn now. He's coming at it from the wrong angle, though. He's trying to tell these people things that'll make it all about themselves and how they can, hurt others in it. So, while yes, some of the things he's saying are true, they're not exactly good either.
Yeah. Miz is screwed. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, if we were wondering before, when could the Wyatt show up? I'm not saying it's going to be immediately, but I just have a feeling that the Miz's presence on SmackDown will attract the Six. We'll say.
I am hoping and praying that it's this Friday since I'm going to be there, and that I'm meeting them earlier in the day, so I know they're going to be in the same city. So
yeah, they'll be in town. So
yeah, I'm hoping it's this Friday night that they show up.
Yeah, it'll be like, hey, you got any plans this evening? Around
If I get a chance when I meet him, I may have to say something like that.
around 8 o'clock or so. Got any plans?
You guys going after Miz tonight?
Jeremy saying, but did she turn on Bray? I think that when she showed the Fiend her own demon, and she actually took the Fiend's powers because she didn't know how to control her own. Interesting. John saying Ellering will need more than Rocco and Lily pops up somewhere. Ellering's gonna need a lot if and when that happens. Well, we'll say when. They'll get it. They'll get it figured out. Clown saying the devil always sprinkles some truth with his lies.
That's a good point.
Good point. Jeremy saying Cross got one on the Miz. Yeah, the Miz is in trouble, man. he's in so much trouble.
Yeah.
I guess
he might want to think about taking a vacation away from WWE for a while.
For a little bit. Yeah, for a little bit. He might want to see if he can cash in some of his PTO. Because, or just call in sick. I mean, something. Just say you have a cold, and you're not, you don't want to get anybody else sick. So I gotta ask this because I just feel like the irony of all ironies may happen, and that's that Cross somehow, some way sees himself ending up on SmackDown as well. Can you see that happening? And if so, how hilarious would that be?
It's definitely possible. I mean, nothing is outside the realm of possibility when it comes to WWE. It would be a little weird since it hasn't been that long since they were transferred from SmackDown to Raw. But then again, not like we've never seen WWE do anything like that before. Move somebody around a couple times within a few months. So, yeah, it seems that like that could happen now that we know the Miz caused this and that Karrion, said that if you had anything to do with this, he's going to hurt him. So it very well could happen now. At the very least, maybe at the Rumble or something, they'll run into each other and Karrion's going to get him one way or the other.
Yeah. I mean, that's the Miz is gonna have to. He's gonna have to try to find someone. I would say to
he was trying that on SmackDown. Nobody wanted to help him.
No, and that's the thing. He's gonna be in the same boat. So he's gonna be in some trouble. John saying Funhouse match at Mania just to show Cross who he's dealing with, make him relive his past.
That would be cool.
How, I gotta ask you this, Chris, and John, I'm gonna ask you the same thing since it's your comment. How would you book that? Like, how would you do it? Who would it be? Him and Howdy for sure, and how would you do that with Cross?
Hmm. Well, I think it could work. I think it would need to be done the same kind of way as the original one, more of a cinematic match. But yeah, like going back, I mean, there's a lot of past there that you could play off of with Cross. I mean, even back to, you could highlight his failed gimmick when he came out in like that like Roman soldier gear or whatever. Like,
You
Cross has been
absolutely
through
have to
stuff.
use that.
So yeah, kind of like he did with Cena, showing him coming out against Kurt Angle in the Firefly Funhouse match. So yeah, I think that that's a really good idea. I like that. I think that could be done properly, especially with Bo's mind and everything. And you feel like you could incorporate the funhouse into it in a cool way, because we've seen glimpses of it recently, and it's all dark and stuff now,
Yep.
but I'm sure that they could incorporate that. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I really like that idea. John saying that would be great since Cross referred to himself as the White Rabbit. That is
Mhm.
very true. Uh, Deanna saying Cross just shows up to take out Miz. Uh, this is a great point. This is an
Oh,
interesting point too. Clown saying they partnered up with TNA. They now can get footage from his run there
huh.
and use that. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, what a way to use that partnership.
Because then what they could do, if they really wanted to go there, they could ask him why he changed his name from Killer,
Hmm.
because maybe he doesn't have that instinct.
Hmm.
Maybe he's not built like he thought he was.
Hmm.
And really play off of that. I mean, if they really wanted to go there,
Yeah.
that could be interesting.
Hmm.
Very interesting. Jeremy saying his whole past indies as well could be interesting. Yeah, I mean, WWE's got some money, so I'm sure if they had to pay some for some rights to some footage, I'm sure they could manage that.
Hmm.
John saying make him look like a false prophet. Ishii saying, when do you think we see the Wyatt Sicks show up on SmackDown? I'm gonna I'm gonna phrase that a different way, Ishii, because I think, in one of the parts of our discussion last week, Chris, we talked about how sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and
Hmm.
we tend to say, okay, well, this happened, so that means they're definitely going to show up on
Hmm.
this date.
Yeah.
Then we're let down. So I'm going to ask it a different way. Do you think they show up between the Rumble and Elimination Chamber?
I think so. I mean, it seems like we got confirmation now that they are official on SmackDown. I mean, last week we weren't even totally sure that was the case. It almost was still rumors. We hadn't heard it from anybody official. Now we've heard it from the GM himself that they are on SmackDown now. So that and now we know Miz was involved in that and stuff. So now I feel like we're starting to get some of that story progression back now. Now we
Hmm.
don't know still what's going on with them behind the scenes. There's the rumors of the stuff with them and Alexa Bliss. I've also heard rumors that Gacy might be hurt or something. So
Yeah.
we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, that could be keeping them from coming back. But the fact that we're hearing little details now makes me think that we surely we're moving towards that. And like I said, I feel like it could be any time now, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for this Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, How amazing would it be if you're sitting there in that stadium and that music hits?
Yeah.
Man,
I'm gonna start crying hearing Shatter.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And man, if that, I wonder if they do it Friday, does that mean that one or more of them are in the Rumble?
I think that's a possibility. I mean, strictly from a surprise factor, having any of them in it would be a cool surprise, and it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, as we've seen over the years, anyone can show up in the Rumble. Anyone.
Yeah, anyone from anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Deanna, when I saw this moment last night, I was praying that he was going to actually be able to get up and stand up and
Oh
walk.
yeah, that was scary.
Um, Deanna saying JD finished that match last night with broken ribs and a punctured lung.
Wrestled another like 10 minutes with
Yeah,
that.
and
And
it
then
wasn't.
like made it all the way to the back and then like collapsed, I heard.
Yeah, and it wasn't like he just sat in the corner for that 10 minutes either.
hmm
Man,
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of his, but I have some serious respect for him after that.
after that, I mean, the way that you could tell he was hurting, but the way that he got back up after hitting that table that way,
hmm
man, like, so he was so blessed to be able to get up and walk.
Yeah, he even made a comment on Twitter. He's saying that he was felt lucky because he said that could have been a lot worse. And yeah,
Yeah,
he's right.
yeah, a lot worse.
Mm,
I mean, broken ribs and punctured lung, that's no
yeah.
joke.
It just goes to show, I mean, these guys are men and women are putting their bodies on the line every week for our entertainment.
Mhm. Yep, yep. So appreciate them. I mean, I know that, it's fun to fantasy book and talk about what ifs and all of that. Um, but man, some of the comments I see sometimes towards wrestlers, it's just nasty work,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh
just
yeah.
not right. It's just not right. They're people too.
Yeah.
Um, Ishii, yeah, we talked about that earlier in the show. Um, let's see, Clown, after he smacked his head on that table, I wonder if they're regretting the new design. I mean,
I don't think that the way he hit it, I don't think would have made much difference between this table and the old table. I know, like when they're actually trying slamming him onto it, it's not breaking like they used to. But that part of the table where he hits was always hard, so I don't think that necessarily would have made much difference.
yeah, yeah, it was just, oh man, that it looked horrible. It just looked horrible. Um, hey Alicia, Alicia says, "Hey everybody, all I'm waiting for now is Vincent and Dutch to be in WWE to fight with or against the Wyatt Sicks.
That would be
I'll
awesome.
keep praying." I don't know how long they've signed. Um, I will say that I watch, hoping to see more of them. Um, but they're in Ring of Honor right now, so um, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens. Never say never. But I love those guys, and I really, I really hate that we didn't get to see them work with Bray.
Yeah,
I really hate
Jody
that.
really wanted that to happen.
Yeah, yeah. She really wanted that to happen. So, Chris, do you think? I guess let me start here. So we have the Miz on SmackDown. We know that that's confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
In the words of Adam Pierce, it is official. How do you go after Miz? Do you do something similar to what you did to Gable, or do you up the ante a little bit? Which I don't even know what that looks like, but I'm interested in hearing if you feel like they should up the ante a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. Something I think might be really cool is to maybe torture the Miz a little bit mentally before attacking him. Maybe have a couple weeks where they like he's in the back or something, and they do random things to spook him or whatever, and just basically drive him crazy to where he's just constantly on edge about it before they actually attack him, and then have it be something like what they did to Gable, pretty brutal attack to really get the message across to him. I think that would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, yeah. John saying target Miz's family to
Oh, there
mess
you
with.
go. Go after Maurice.
I mean, we've seen.
Yeah, Bray kind of did that.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. If you had the pencil, Chris,
Mm-hmm.
how would you approach that? What would you do? Would you have Nikki kind of mess with her a little bit? How would you do that?
It would be a really cool callback to that. If you guys remember when he had that feud with Bray, and they showed him in Mrs. House, and he was looking at the baby monitor in his baby's crib, and saw the Funhouse dolls were in there with it. I know his kids are grown up now a little bit, so it'd be cool if he just like was at his house and saw his kids like playing with like an Uncle Howdy doll or something, or like the Wyatt Sicks mask that they just came out with or something. Like they just randomly his kids had them. Like that would be a cool callback to that to mess
I
with
like
him.
that. I like that. Yeah, yeah, I like that.
Or like him and Maurice are just at home, and you like look over out the living room window, and there's Nikki just like staring in the window at him.
Dude, could you imagine? This is messed up, and I'm sorry, but all right. So if you had one of the daughters go to Miz and say, I think there's something in my closet.
Mm.
And he goes with her. They open the closet. They build up the suspense and everything. They open up the
Mm-hmm.
closet. Nothing is there.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to help her go back to sleep, lay down. As he's getting ready to leave the room, a hand reaches out from under the bed and grabs his ankle.
Oh, I love that. We're getting into some horror movie territory now.
Yeah, yeah. But I think though, for me anyway, that ups the ante because I don't think you can do it in terms of brutality
Mm-hmm.
like you did with Gable. Because I mean,
Hmm.
we can't even talk about some of the stuff on YouTube because they'll flag the video.
Yeah.
And so I think you have to go psychological.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
love to see that. That could be done really well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, after everything he's done, just beating him up is not gonna do anything. Like it needs to be more than that. Like you literally need to scare the crap out of him.
uh, I like this comment by Clown. At least one of Mrs. Kids is old enough. I'd recreate the Raven Sandman and make one of the kids a follower of Howdy.
I
That
like that.
that would be awesome. John said Easter is coming and rowing is the rabbit.
That would be cool.
That
The
would be cool.
Easter Bunny.
Yeah. Mrs. Kids, playing with Howdy Mask. Um, then I guess then they sing "He's Got the Whole World." Oh my gosh,
Oh, that would be cool. That
that
would be
would
a
be
nice
tremendous.
throwback to Bray.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Hmm.
Uh, Alicia saying, or Chris, Miz looking at the camera, and Nikki playing with dolls.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, he's looking at like his home security system cameras or whatever, and yeah, just like do like a that he's just like checking up on, but then he like does a double take and yeah, sees Nikki there playing with him. Oh man,
Give Alicia the pencil.
yep.
Give Alicia the
I
pencil.
love it.
That is
Or
some nightmare
we
fuel.
have Joe's nightmare, and they go to the closet like you were saying before, and Nikki's there, but like bent over upside down, crawling out of the closet.
Oh my gosh.
Joe would he would lose it.
Okay, playing on so we can make Joe say heck no. Playing off of Alicia's idea.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, you just have the camera fall,
Mm.
and it's on the floor, and it's now facing in a different direction, and Miz doesn't know what's going on, and he's freaking out. And all of a sudden, she just spider walks towards the
Oh yeah,
camera.
yeah, I love it.
Joe at that point would turn his television off.
Yep, he'd be done.
He'd be done. He'd just be done. He'd be done with that. He's like, enough
Oh, I
is enough.
like that idea too, John.
Yeah. One of the kids standing outside at night with a lantern and turns around saying, "My life for you." Wow.
Yeah, you guys got some great ideas. I'm loving
Yeah. Yeah.
it.
And you know what? Don't be afraid to share those ideas on social media.
Yeah,
Have some folks
yeah, you never
give you
know what
some
you can
credit.
inspire. We know that WWE people read social media. Who
Yeah.
knows?
They
One of
pay
these
attention.
ideas we could end up seeing on TV in a few months.
That's right. They do pay attention.
Hmm.
They do pay attention. So, all right, Chris. So we're almost out of time. So I want to ask you this question and then get your final thoughts. Um, how excited are you that you'll have the opportunity to meet this group that we've been talking about for a while now, and just having fun discussing every week. How excited are you?
I'm very excited. It's almost surreal. Like I can't even wrap my head around it. On Friday it'll probably really sink in more. But like I have never met a wrestler before ever, as long as I've been a wrestling fan. I had a ticket to meet Bray in WrestleMania 2020, but got canceled. So it's just never worked out, never happened for me. I never was able to go any of the times when Jodie went and met Bray and stuff. So this is going to be my first time, and it's so appropriate that it's the Wyatt Sicks. And obviously, I really wish Jodie was there to go with me, and I'm going to be thinking of her like constantly during it. But it couldn't be more appropriate
Yeah,
that I'm going to get to meet them for my first time meeting anybody.
yeah, that's
So I'm super excited for it.
yeah,
But at the same time, I'm going to be thinking about her a lot.
yeah. No, I completely understand that, man. Completely. Um, I'm gonna be thinking of you, and just hope that you and Logan can have a good time and create that memory and
Yeah,
take
I'm
some
excited
pictures.
to do that. Take him, and I think he's gonna really enjoy it and have a lot of fun with it, and it's gonna make him even more into wrestling by getting to actually go to a show.
Yeah, yeah. That's he's gonna love it, man. He's
Hmm.
absolutely gonna love it. So I'm excited for you guys.
It's
So
been a long time since I've been to a live event, and as anybody who's ever went to a live event knows, it's so much cooler and so much different than watching on TV to
yeah,
actually be there and feel the energy of the crowd and everything. So
yeah,
I'm excited for that.
yeah. And if you're fortunate enough to have a moment where there's a huge pop,
Hmm.
it's like it shakes the building.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then for Rumble, like my favorite pay per view has always been Royal Rumble for as long as I've been a wrestling fan. From when they first started doing Royal Rumble, I just immediately was hooked and I just love the aspect of it, the surprises, even just the way that it is. Like it's not about pinning or submitting; it's about throwing somebody over the top rope. I just think it's such a cool thing that differentiates it from any other type of match, and so I've just always loved it, and I'm so glad that I'm getting the opportunity to actually go to it live now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so excited for you, man. Like I really am. I really am excited. Sean Rousset saying kids are playing in the room. They both scream. Miz and Maurice come running to the room. Then the lights go off. When they come back on, one is wearing Nikki's mask and the other has an Uncle Howdy mask.
Oh, I love it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. A Jedi warrior saying, "Have an awesome time, Chris."
Thank you.
Um, Jeremy saying, "Hope that Bo will know the channel and know you and Jody."
If I
Um,
get a chance to talk to them, I want to try and mention that and see if they
yeah,
were familiar with it. I don't know how much I'll get to talk to them. The way it sounds like they may try and rush people through pretty quick with taking the pictures and stuff. So I don't know how much I'll get to talk to them, but
yeah. I will say this: I've never met Bo, but if he's anything like his brother, he's not going to want them to just rush people through.
yeah.
Um, I I just have a feeling I have a feeling that you, even if it's not a long
Mhm.
conversation, I feel like you'll get to say a few things to him. So
Yeah, I hope so. I wanted to mention to them too, just a thank you to them for putting her initials into one of the QR codes too.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely, man.
That meant a lot to me.
Yeah, that was such a beautiful moment, man.
Hmm.
Such a beautiful thing. Um, Alicia saying, "Chris, you and the family are always in my thoughts. You and Jody helped and changed me for the better, so I'm forever grateful."
Thank you, Alicia.
Um, is she's talking about Miz going to the toilet, and we hear Nick. Oh boy, um, that's funny. That's a good note to. I'm going to ask you final thoughts on the six and what you think about what's to come, and anything you want to share a final thought on, Chris, and then we'll get out of here this week.
I'm just excited to see what happens next. I mean, obviously, we know they're coming back at some point. They're not gone or anything. The story is going to progress. We got the tweet recently from Rob Fee telling everybody to just hang tight, be patient. So that's what I'm trying to do. We know we're going to see him again. I can't wait till when it is. I'll be excited for whatever they do, however they come back. Hopefully it's soon, but even if it's not, we know they're coming back at some point. So everybody just hang tight, have patience. We'll see him again, and when we do, we'll have even cooler stuff to talk about.
That's right.
Be able to have something besides just theorizing, even though then we'll theorize on top of whatever we
Yep.
saw. But
Exactly. Then we'll fantasy book the heck out of whatever
yeah,
whatever
exactly.
happens, but we'll have a lot of fun talking about
Yeah.
what's
Mhm.
happening. So that's awesome. Chris, man,
Yeah,
great.
everybody enjoy SmackDown and definitely enjoy the Rumble this weekend. I think it's going to be a good one.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Great conversation as always, Chris. I do want to tell everyone we'll be back Thursday for our TNA watch along, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm not cool. So, but yeah, come join us if you haven't watched TNA. Now's the perfect time to
Hmm.
start watching. I mean, it things there are getting so good. So many different stories going on. Uh, Joe Hendry's the world champion, so you
Who
know,
knows? We could end up seeing John Cena on TNA at some point. Hendry mentioned him.
yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Uh, that would be huge, man.
Hmm.
That would be huge. Do you know the number that TNA would do?
Oh, yeah, that would be insane.
That'd be insane. Um,
And
all right.
TNA is going to be doing a show I saw at NXT's old stomping grounds at Full
Yep.
Sail.
At Full Sail. Yeah. Yeah. And
Mm.
that's gonna be a live show. So
Yeah.
so yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Should be a whole lot of fun. Um, all right, folks. Well, I actually got this in twice this episode, but if you don't mind, drop a like on the video before you head out. Um, we want to see a ton of likes on the video. If you're watching after this, so after we're live here, leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts. One of us will respond. We'll do the best we can. Um, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. We're so glad that you joined us this evening. We would just ask you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when we have future content. Like I said, we'll be back Thursday, so come join us for TNA Wrestling Thursday evening. I'm gonna end on this picture because you know what? We're seeing them now, and I feel like we'll be seeing them soon. So, all right, folks. Well, take care. Have a great evening. Go watch NXT. Um, I'm sure Tazzy's doing a watch along, so go join him. Have some fun over there. NXT should be a lot of fun. We saw Cora Jade on TNA last week, so do we get Masha Slamovich or someone else from TNA on NXT this evening? We shall see. All right, folks, take care. Have a great evening. Have a great rest of your week, and hopefully we will see you on Thursday. But if not, we'll see you next week for our next episode of Fireflies Forever. Take care, everyone.